All right, we're live. Hello, everybody on the chat. Hello, Maree. Hello, Jazzy. How are you doing?
I'm great. Hi, Lisa. Hi, everyone. Yeah, we're doing really well over here. Thank you. Just cruising along, enjoying life, making the most out of every day.
Wonderful. Any news over there in Australia? Interesting news?
Oh, they have brought through, they've been trying to push a digital license so that people can have it on their phone, and then they're starting to try and push the digital ID. But I don't know. I think there'll be a lot of pushback on that one. So, and I think they're just testing the waters just to see, where's everyone at? Let's get a litmus test on this.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, today we were supposed to talk about the stars in the sky and the planets that we see, if they're real or not, but I wanted to talk about this AT&T outage, and it was not only AT&T, it was Verizon, it was T-Mobile, it was major carriers, and it actually affected me when I went to the beach at 6 a.m. It said, like, if you don't have service, it'll say SOS, which means like only emergency calls. And somebody was standing next to me, and I was like, hey, do you have AT&T? And she said, no, I have Cricket, which is one of the small companies that use AT&T. And hers was also down. And I was like, oh, what's going on? This is big. And so the internet on my home worked, so that the connected through the landline, landline works, but not cellular service. So it's really interesting because it felt really weird that I'm thinking, like, this has something to do with this darkness, like days of darkness or whatever. So I don't know what, like, I'm just trying to see what the cards have to say about this outage, because it was weird that it was mostly AT&T, not the other carriers.
Is that a major carrier for over there?
Yes.
Yeah, so Telstra and Optus are our two major carriers here, and then the other little ones come off of them. So when we hit the big the storm, the tornado at Christmas, our actual the actual towers got damaged, and so we didn't even get SOS on our phones. There was nothing. So that's the difference between it being something that's a link compared to some damage that's structural.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Yeah, and how do people believe like solar flares are causing this issue when we've had solar flares forever, and all of a sudden now solar flares affect our stuff? Come on, like, people are really believing this bull crap?
Yeah, I know. So, and it's interesting because I think because they were saying that you were saying that your landline worked, right? I think Teresa said that, was it Teresa that saw Kathy? Someone said, that their landline didn't work. Trixie, landlines here in upstate New York did not work. So that's really interesting too, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I really wanted to dive deep into this because it could tell us what's to come. And so I feel like we need to be very clear on what it is that this is happening. So so let's go ahead and ask, when the AT&T outage happened, was it done on purpose? So did somebody, good or bad, cause the outage?
Yeah. Was it a plan?
Mm-hmm.
That one's hot. It's right down the other end. Yeah, it's interesting because the Queen of Cups has come up. So to me, this is someone that's contemplating, someone that's sad, someone that something's happened. So I feel it was a plan, because we've got the High Priestess then, which is really interesting. So this is a secret, something that's behind the veil. And when this first came up, my intuition was saying that they were checking to see how it would affect people as well. Like, they obviously knew how long it was going to be out. All that on there's a lot, and this one's really sparky as well. But they were really, really interested to see what would happen. And then we've got our Five of Swords. So it was actually like a discernment test as well. So the Five of Swords is someone that's having confusion and fighting within their own mind. And I mean, I know I was saying to you, this did happen in Australia where Optus went down and people, their whole business, like they couldn't do any business. Everything was down for all that time. Interesting because the world cards come up. This to me says this is something new that's coming through for the whole world. And but I remember, I think it was probably 18 months ago, we tested to see if there would be a huge global blackout, but it never came up with that. It always came up that it would happen in specific areas for a while. Yep. Remember, it would just be coming up here and there. That's exactly what's been happening. But I feel it has been done deliberately because there is something new coming through for us all. That's what that world card is telling me.
Okay. So now let's find out good or bad, the good people, the bad people. And then we'll ask about Elon saying that it was a test.
Yeah. Okay, let's just see. So I'm going to ask specifically, was it the white hats that were doing this? Because it's we've got a big fat sun card. Yes. On the energy with this is really quite potent. So yeah, I'm getting that. Yes, it was definitely. That's like a really big yes to start with. Yeah, they knew it was going to cause some heartache though, because that Three of Swords has come up. So even though they might be behind things, it's not always what we want to know or hear, but there's definitely a reason for it. So yeah, and people weren't aware. So that's brilliant. The Eight of Swords. So people don't know a lot of people don't know what's going on. So that would have put them into a little bit more panic. So yeah, so no, I feel that that's and I'm just going to clarify and card for that. So the Three of Wands is looking forward to the future and letting go of the past. So again, this is telling me that there's something that's they've taken action, that something's going to be for us in the future. So yeah, I'm getting. That's the good guys. When you get that sun card like that, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Lady Hawk. I put the banner up. Okay. So if it's the good guys, oh God, the question just left me.
What were they doing it for, or what was it?
No, was so you already said that the reasoning behind it was to test people. Well, why did Elon say this is a test?
It's a test, yeah.
Was it related to this outage that was coming? Because my understanding is somebody posted there that it was said before the outage. So I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Two of Wands, which to me is finding a balance, taking action to find a balance. So to me, that's a test. And again, look at the world. They're holding the earth. So this is it was a test to find a balance. So to me, it's also oh, that one's really, really spiky. Let me just have a look at that one. Because there's going to be a big changeover. The death card just came up, and that was really zinging on my hand. And so this is the transformation. So I believe it is finding the best way to do it as a transformation. So, okay, which one? That one. Yeah. We just got another yes, that Ace of Pentacles.
Wow.
So it was the test.
Okay, so he was connected to that. Okay, did Elon have anything to do with, or let's not say Elon, but the company that does Starlink, his company? Yeah. Did it have something to do with it? Like, was it done through that? Was it done through that company?
Okay, okay. So are we specifically asking about Starlink or just the company?
Well, Starlink itself, I mean, we could even add this question from Lady Hawk, like changing over to Starlink. Like, was it somehow related to Starlink
Yeah.
or
It's
Elon
interesting.
in some way? Like, is it connected to Elon in some way?
Is that connected to Elon's message? Yeah. Same card. Looking forward to the future, letting go of the past. So yeah, and Queen of Pentacles. So this is contemplating a reality. This is actually looking at what have I got, what's working, what do I need to do. So it is part of it from what I've got. I'll ask for an absolute clarifying card. Yeah. Yeah, Temperance. This is interesting. So this is about patience. Things are going to change. This to me is a change card. But it's also testing the emotional waters, which was that very first card that came up, the Queen of Cups. So it's actually knowing how to keep the emotions balanced while this change is happening and having patience. That's temperance. So yeah, it is. It looks like that. Yes.
So, what was the outcome? Did we pass the test? Did we, how, like,
Really good
was the
question.
outcome of the test what they were looking for or not?
Great question. So
Yeah, we gotta know like what the outcome is and where do we go from here, right? So that would be the next question.
yeah. So what was the outcome? Can we get any insight into the outcome of the test?
Yes,
Let's
was it
we're
what
about
they
to know.
expected it? Was it better? Was it worse?
Wheel of Fortune. So it looks like things are moving in the right direction. It's changed from one situation to another. So that was what they were looking for. Four of Swords. So it's still all hidden in mystery, but the truth will come out. But yes, it's definitely moving forward. So it looked like um, it was a positive test per se.
Okay.
Oh my god. And then you got the Tower card. So this is interesting, isn't it? So I feel that they know that this could be a game changer. So that this is going to be a big game changer. It's
Okay,
interesting.
so let's yeah, go
Sorry.
ahead. I want some clarification cards on that card.
Okay, yeah, we'll see what, yeah, because this is going to change. To me, this is not a bad thing. The Tower is about big change, though, really big change.
Well that's what we want, right? Even if
Yeah,
it's the tower. We
yeah,
need I'm ready for the tower. I mean, like, let's go.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Ooh, that one. Where is it? That one there. Yeah, got the Hermit card though, so I feel it's still going to be a little bit of time because when the Hermit card comes up, it's about going inside. It's also about making sure you're going the right way. Um, so yeah, but it's all going to work out. The Four of Wands, I love it when this card comes up. To me, this is saying there's going to be a beautiful new environment. Everyone's going to be happy with all of the foundations of action that have been taken with that Four of Wands.
Okay, so do we think that that's going to be this year? Or are they talking future, like, as in, like, way in the future?
Well, it's interesting because, in Australia, people are talking that if they're out in the remote areas, they can actually be put onto Starlink. Like they
Oh,
are
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So, which is really interesting, isn't it? But
Yeah.
yeah. But yes,
Well, Starlink is available out there. I mean, it's available for my home here, and I've thought about it. It's just like more than double what I pay now for the
interesting.
crappy AT&T service I have.
But it's interesting that the names even out there and people are getting very comfortable with it. So that's what I think part of that plan is, that taking that time, that Hermit card. Okay, so what do we want to know? We wanted to know when can we get a time?
Is
Is there
it
any?
this year or is it there? Do they mean some other time?
Oh, this is interesting. We've got the King of Wands. Now, to me, he's the master of taking action. But then again, we've got the Hermit. So I feel it's still going to be a process of testing and checking, and before that tower moment happens. It could be this year, but it's not guaranteed. Okay, I would freaking well hope it was, but just for some sanity, we don't know. The Four of Swords has come up again, and to me, this is always saying it's not quite time for us to know, because it's not actually known. So, but I mean, gosh, with everything else going on, you'd think so, but hey.
Well, so all of us that are watching this video, we need to imagine we're there, because we have to make it happen. We only do so by believing we're already there.
Yeah.
So I invite all of you guys who are watching this video to please see yourself in that reality already there.
Yeah, absolutely. And just have gratitude for it. Oh, it's amazing. I love being in this situation where it's all free, and there's no glitches, and it's all done with good intention. So there's no gnarliness going on, So yeah. I think it's a great idea. Just have the gratitude for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Have the gratitude that it's already happened, that it's already here, that we're there. I've been, yeah.
Look at that. Imagine your beautiful brand new world with the new gifts and everything that is here for us already.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's all within. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so do I have any other questions around that?
Actually, Kathleen B said something, and I like that people actually put in both meanings. So Kathy Ashby said that with the sun card, I remember when we asked, I was specifically asking, was it the good guys?
Yeah.
And she said both meanings of the sun, that it was the sun and the baddies took advantage of the situation. So you could look at it both ways. Because I asked the question specifically, was it the good guys? When the sun card comes out for me, I'm using that as a yes, because I was asking a straightforward question. But Kathy, and you absolutely could. It may have been both, but and that's what I always say. Use your intuition as to what feels right for you. It was just the way I was asking it, so that's how I put the cards that way. So
yeah.
And the frequency that comes through for us, remember, it comes through our great central sun, which is almost through a portal, which may then be attributed to the sun. So to me, it's a bigger frequency that's coming through, almost from another dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. So I don't know, something was coming to mind about the word Starlink. Like the word itself has meaning.
Good point.
And because remember we said that satellites really cannot be up there because the firmament is up there. So does that mean that Starlink is really alien technology that they're using the excuse that it's satellites, but it's not? It's really technology that we don't really understand at this point. Is stuff that we.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good question. And it's interesting because with Starlink, everyone was saying they saw those 10, 14, whatever they were, lights that were in the sky as they were going up in different parts of the world. And, you're wondering if people think they're stars, so they're star linked, or whether it's linked from somewhere else to aspects of points. Yeah, okay. So let's just see, is it technology that we haven't yet been exposed to? Most of humanity hasn't been exposed to.
Yeah, like it's the link to the stars. It's like it's what's going to link us to the stars.
Interesting. I don't feel that that's what it is. It's really interesting because we've got the the Seven of Cups, to me, this is an emotional minefield almost when you've got the Seven of Cups, because there's so much going on. So I think there's more to it than just that.
Okay.
And it's still being worked on. So who knows if it will keep the name Starlink, so because it's still being modified and worked with. So, yeah, so it's like it doesn't. Okay, I'm going to ask for something to clarify whether it's Wheel of Fortune. It's moving forward again with something that is we may not have known it on Earth, but it is a technology that's going to move us forward. So it may not have come from somewhere else, but it might have been here. I mean, look at as I was saying, look at Tartaria. Look at all the other worlds that have lived on Earth that already had all of this sort of technology, but it's just something that they're still working on that we haven't actually had the resources of. So I feel it's been here before, but we haven't had the privilege of it in our little video game.
Right.
Yet.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Lady Hawk is bringing up a question that has to do a little bit with that, about landing on the moon. I had not heard of this.
I don't think so. Lady Hawk, do you know what country it was meant to be that did that? I think it was at Japan that did it like a few months ago. I knew that one was out there.
Yeah, well, let's see if that's true, because there is no moon to land on if there's a firmament.
Well, no, it's within the firmament. But yeah, whatever it is.
The moon is inside the firmament?
Yeah, so is the sun, from what my understanding is.
Oh, I don't.
They're only little. They're actually not big. So the card that's come up with that question is the Hierophant. So this, to me, this is an authoritarian figure that has a lot of control or power over people. To me, it's always been a bit of a negative connotation if we're asking about, this geopolitical type situation. So and again, we've got that world card. This world card is coming up today, like unbelievable. So it's almost like it's the world is seeing, oh, look, someone else has gone to the moon. There's something new that's happening. So let's just see if, oh, yeah, you want to come out. Wow, interesting. Because we've got the Queen of Wands. So she's someone that has integrity, that takes action. I'll just see if it's truth. No, Hanged Man. So this is all, we have to go inside and discern what we believe in, because so many of us have different perspectives of what everything is. And I feel with this one, it has to be our own intuition or knowing. I mean, my gut feeling was that no, they didn't. It was, I don't believe they've ever done it, and I don't.
No, right, exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I believe. And we did cards on this.
Yeah, totally. So so we have to ask more questions about it. So that Two of Pentacles, to me, says we need to ask more questions on this to see. And I'd love to know, Lady Hawk, who the last one was. If you can put it up, if you know the place. I mean, because, I didn't realise that they sort of put that out there again. I think it was India. Oh, okay, it was India who landed on the moon. Okay, thanks, Christina. And, and I thought Japan as well, but let's just see.
Yeah, well, nah. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't feel so either. And especially, after the truth came out, was it Buzz Aldrin or who was it that was on his deathbed and said, oh, no, it was all a movie? And you've seen, we've been shown a lot of that movie aspect of it. Oh, no, it was the director who was the producer director of it. He was the one. Yeah, so, yeah. Kathleen said we landed something and it fell over. I'm going to Antarctica. Okay. So, how interesting. Yeah. So, look, and it's really interesting because I was even talking with some people about 6 months ago, and they were all going, So are you saying that there was no moon landing, and everyone that was sort of awake in the group to just were looking at each other and smiling, and they're going, "No, you can't tell me that. No," like so fun. Some people aren't quite ready for it. That's why that Two of Pentacles keeps coming up. It's like there's got to be more questions asked by people. So
Yeah.
I agree that I don't personally feel there was a moon landing. But look at the movies they put out to try and tell us there was. I mean, have you seen is it The Disc? It's an Australian movie where they said they used this specific disc to help, and that's what actually allowed the satellite thing from the moon to come through to give all the information to the US. Is it called The Disc? Yeah. It's I mean, so all the movies they've done, to try and prove it as well.
Yeah. Well, everything's to confuse us, right? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
even though we think we're watching a movie, it's actually our subconscious doesn't know the difference, remember, between what's real and what's an image or a thought or whatever. So they know that. So that's why they do so many pretend movies that actually have a lot of the truth. Well, they either want to tell us a lie, misinformation, or the truth for that karma aspect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Interesting. Super interesting. So when we did the show about landing on the moon, I don't know if that was the show where we talked about the firmament being ice, or was it a different one?
I don't remember now. I don't remember. Because they sometimes interlope as well, different shows. You get different aspects of it. So yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah. So I don't we did the cards did say there is a firmament though, right? Yeah. And that it was ice.
Yeah,
Well, I have a question. Did I ask you about this, about there being water above the firmament? Like plasma?
Yeah, I haven't checked it. Well, plasma I'm starting to really feel with just my personal experiences when all the stars disappeared for months and months, literally. I could just sense this plasma. It felt like plasma. So, which is really interesting.
Because that's what I'm told, is that not my guys, but somebody that I know was telling me that we are underneath like this plasma liquid thing.
Yeah.
I'm just like, really? So I did mean to ask you about that and I forgot, but now.
Yeah. Well, I do remember, because I remember distinctly when I was tuning in through Jasper to see if we could get more of an understanding of the Earth's shape or whatever. And he did show me like a still flat thing, but then it went up at the ends, but then there was like a toroidal field around it. It was really fascinating. So it incorporated nearly all of the aspects. And yeah, and so it would look like the ice wall went up a certain amount. But yeah, then there was something different because I couldn't understand it at the time, and I've contemplated it and I've really sat with it and so let's just check. So you want to check?
At least in the Truman Show, obviously it was, kind of like a firmament. Basically, it was a firmament.
Yeah, totally. So we want to ask: is it more of a salt, like a plasma, but it's
like what's above the firmament?
What's above the firmament? Okay, let's see.
Is it plasma? Is it liquid plasma, or I don't know.
Wow, interesting. Okay, let's just. Oh, that one's really hot. You want to come out? That's you. It looks like it's the judgment cards come up. So to me, this is something that's been going on for a long time, but the truth's going to come out about it. And then we've got our Four of Wands again. So it's safe. It's almost like it's keeping something safe. If there is something above there, it's there for a purpose. And then the Two of Wands. So whatever it is, there is definitely something above it. And it's, again, finding a balance. So there could very well be something above that, beyond that. yeah, again, we've got that Four of Swords. It's a secret still. But I feel it will come out. I really feel with everything that's going to be brought out, the truth about it will actually come out, because I believe that's going to make a huge difference. I used to think, what does it matter whether it's round, flat, higgledy-piggledy? But it does, because then what it's going to do is show how these other times and cultures used electromagnetic energy, which is comes from plasma. So I feel it is quite important once you get to a certain point where you really want to understand more.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Do you
Yeah.
think that Jazzy could help you
See if we can get any more clarity with it. Yeah.
visualize something
Okay.
there?
Let's just tune in. Yeah, it's gonna. It's just showing me. It's like an aspect of it. So it's like it is. It is sort of surrounding us. It's like an aspect. And he said there's a lot more to it. And I'm seeing it as, and it was interesting, that Two of Wands, what took my eye was the purple, sort of pinky purple color. That was like, that's what I feel it looks like. It's like this purpley, sort of light pinky color is what came through. So there is something above that. There is
And it
something
feels to
above
you like it's a liquid type thing.
that. Like a plasma, which can be more solid to liquid. Like it can actually, plasma can sort of change its consistency depending how much energy is within it. So it's what I'm feeling, because that's all I kept doing. Night after night, I'd look up at the stars that weren't there, and all I could feel was this plasma. It was the weird, and this is before I'd even asked the questions. So I'm a bit slow because it took me a while to work out. I went, oh, hang on, I'm getting a message here, and I wasn't really understanding it. So yeah.
Wow.
So there is something of it.
Okay. So there is liquid plasma above it. That's so interesting.
Well, it's an aspect of it too, is what I was getting told. It's like electromagnetic. So yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, and they would be people, they would know there would be this knowledge available somewhere on this earth plane. I know that.
Yeah, interesting. So super interesting. Well, thank you, Jazzy, for showing us.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is.
I hadn't thought to do that with him.
Yeah. Well, I guess we could ask now. I mean, the original title was What We See on the Firmament, right? What we see, the stars, the planets. Like, what are they? Right? Wasn't that the original question that we wrote down for today?
I'm not sure because I don't check the titles so that I don't have
Yeah.
any thoughts
Yeah.
coming in. But maybe, I mean, it's really interesting because again, when I was really contemplating, I was just meditating with that time when the plasma was so strong, and I just got the really simple download or knowing that the stars and planets are a reflection of something else that's not within our space, but it's actually a reflection of that energy. So that does hold some energy. It's just not the original. That was what came through. So I don't know.
So would it be almost as if we're seeing maybe that plasma is somewhat of a light of, oh my God, that card
I
is,
know it's telling us, isn't it? It's saying there is definitely, look at this. There's things outside that. But yeah, and the word also was mirrored. It's like a mirror. So it's like a mirror of something else that's not literally within our world, but it is actually holds an energy of it because it's a reflection of it.
yeah.
It's fascinating. Oh my God, you're not going to believe the card that just came up.
You cannot make this up.
I just do it along like that and it tingles or it's hot, and yeah, this came up, the star card. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
And so to me, it's like, yeah, I don't believe stars and planets are what we've been told they are. That's me. Everyone, it's okay. Everyone needs to use their own discernment, have their own experience.
Yeah.
That's really important. So this is great, because what it does is it makes us all ask questions, because
Yeah, yeah.
that's what Pentacles is about. So it's great. So I think it's wonderful when we all just go away and think about it and contemplate and see what comes for us, what's right for us to know or understand. Death card, transition. We are going to find out about this. I really
Wow.
know that this is actually, once we've gone through this big change within our own world, then I feel the truth will come through about what's really been going on.
Yeah.
And you know what? If it ends up being a round world and there's a huge universe out there, fantastic. It doesn't. It's
It
just,
doesn't, I mean, I don't care. Like it's not going to change my life whether the stars are real or not, or planets up there are real or not. It does not
yeah,
affect me in any way.
exactly. And it's interesting. Tribal just said stars are portals, and yeah, look, I believe if they're reflecting a frequency or an energy of something that's in a different place, then absolutely they could very well be portals. I know that certain constellations that we call constellations do hold energy that is like a travel portal through. So that could be part of their role as well, is these mirrors or these aspects of energy. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Wow.
So
Yeah. It's so interesting.
so interesting. Yeah.
Okay. So I know we got some questions about the death of I don't know his first name, but the guy that was basically represented in The Simpsons that has the big nose, like uh
Wow.
the
This,
Rothschild.
yeah.
I thought it was Evelyn the Rothschild, but I don't know if that's his name. But he was 87. He died. Um, I personally believe he's was gone before. Um,
Mm.
so what do we want to ask about that? Was he gone already, or did he really just died?
Go. Okay. So yeah, did he go before the date that we've just been told that he's
Yes.
actually passed to another place, gone to another
Yeah.
world?
Hmm. Yeah, Kathy. And Kathy like says a firmament may serve as the movie screen.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, just like the Truman Show, right? Where they would change it into night and then during the day it's daylight. Like, absolutely. Those stars could be part of the movie. That's why I think sometimes some people are seeing two suns, some people are
Yeah.
saying two moons, some people are saying the moon next to the sun. I mean, all kinds of crazy stuff in the Matrix for sure.
Well, I mean, I've seen two moons. Absolutely. And I had verification. I was talking to my friend. It was late at night. We'd got home. We were up in the mountain where I used to live, and I had another friend staying with me, and then my friend's partner was there, and they were talking. And then I looked up and I went, "Oh my God, there's two moons." And my friend turned around, but there's two moons. And then the other two finished talking, and my friend hadn't heard me, and she turned around and went, "There's two moons." Yet my friend's partner couldn't see it. He said, "There's not two moons." So I also feel it's part of our psyche as well, and what we are able to.
Based on your vibration.
Yeah, I think so. Mm.
How
So
interesting.
yeah, but I asked about whether his death was before, and we got a celebration card, and we got a yes. It didn't just happen. So this is
Okay.
really interesting. So yeah, I mean, mm, yeah, it's like they're offering something. It's just the right time to be offering something to us with that Six of Pentacles to keep the balance. So everything is in timing. Everything's being put out as it needs to be put out. Yep. Yes.
Wow. Okay, so does it mean since they are announcing that he died,
Yep.
like Christina says, is it a sign that they're crumbling? Is it a sign that we're almost at the end of the movie?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's find out, Christina. Definitely. Whoa, Daru, come back here. Oh, these two just jumped out. the Tower card and the Two of Pentacles. So I still feel that there's things that they've got to play and juggle a little bit and ask questions around and 50-50. Yeah, so but there's definitely going to be changes. I haven't seen that card come out this much in
No,
in readings. So let's just have a look. I'm going to be really interested to see how long the King Charles person it lasts for. That's got to be soon. Imagine if he went. Imagine if the Pope went. Imagine if they all did like a big cascade. So, yeah, look at this one. So with this Christina's question about are they crumbling? The Four of Pentacles, to me, this is their foundation. So to me, I feel that it's sort of telling us that it takes a long time when you get the Four of Pentacles to set up a foundation. Yeah, there's definitely something going on. We've got our Two of Cups. There's been a lot of partnerships with this to bring this down. So let's just Five of Wands. I feel that they've actually created a lot of chaos with this announcement as well, because that's action that's been taken that's changed, but it's actually done through a bit of fighting. So I feel that this is really scared.
Wonder if it's a message to the bad guys.
Yeah, Three of Swords. So this is actually the ones that are left or the ones that have still got some power. They're stressing, really stressing. I'm gonna do another spread on that and just ask, was it part of it a message? Not, I'm just getting maybe maybe the people, because you know how they say there's only a certain amount of people that know the whole plan. Maybe there's other people where they're told when this happens, this is what you then have to do, or something like that, as a marker.
Like a marker.
Yeah. So let's just see. Should we ask that question? Was it a marker?
Yeah. Was that a message for not for the people, but for those that are involved in the war?
Yeah,
good or bad.
Yeah, for both sides, because they would know that. Oh, yeah, that's anyway. Let's just see if we can get that. I would say that's a yes. We've got the Star card again, and then we've got the World card again. So I would say this is a big message for the right people that are playing a role, that are in position. Let's just see. Oh, that World card, that's just because this is about the world. So, yeah, Two of Wands. Again, to me, this is finding balance and taking action to find the balance. So, which can be the next step in something as well. It's fascinating how some days you just get cards that come through that are so similar.
Yes.
That one.
Yeah, and that one is also the world. He's holding the world, right?
Correct. So, but it's being done from a different place. It's been done from a place of action. And that to me is always the yes. That Ace of Swords has come up again. So it's actually both sides will get a message from that.
Wow.
So these things that are just seen by most normal people as just a passing or a death.
Yeah. I just remembered. So on your side of town, I saw that Ricardo Bossi had to move out of his location, and they were posting that if people could take him in or something. And I was just like, what? So can the cards tell us what's going on with Ricardo Bossi?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. I haven't actually followed him for a long time. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah. I do know that he's got a sick wife. I think she's got multiple sclerosis, and he's got his kids. So, but whether, that could be because he needs to be in a certain area to then go in for voting, on a particular place. Let's see. Let's find out what we can ask. Does he need is he in financial hardship? Which, yeah. Apparently, there's he's given a lot. So he may need some help. Wheel of Fortune. So things have changed for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, it's a long time, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a long time, but there's a lot more going on behind the scene than I think we know because the High Priestess has come up. So, it's a really long time for people to be holding that sort of space in this, in this ongoing situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
affecting all of us, right? It's not just, people in.
Well, yeah, I mean, I hate to see it when it's somebody who's helped so much in this, standing up to the bad guys and doing the right thing. And, you would think that the white hats would have taken care of him a long time ago.
Yeah, I know. But I think that's it. It's almost like this is our initiation by fire. We have to know. We have to be able to also manage that too. It's it will come. The time will come where there's help. I
Yeah.
think at the moment there still has to be that we have to still be in that system, that way of working.
Yeah.
Unless you're like Elisa, who is beautifully getting herself out of it. Work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah. Gotta move out of the matrix completely and absolutely. Okay. So, Kathleen, is the coming eclipse in April in lower USA going to change things in a positive way? I've heard its trajectory is the old Atlantis light Earth grid going to be activated again.
Interesting. I mean, I do believe that there is some energy that's associated with eclipses. Like you can feel it and see it. And like I said, if they're mirrors, if everything's a mirror of other aspects that are energetic, then yeah, there could be. So we can ask Kathleen and just see.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's going to help to shift or change things in a positive way, first of all. And sometimes it's in ways we don't know about too. That's the other thing that can happen.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. I feel though, even though just with the cards that are coming up now, it's interesting with the cards that are coming up. First one up was the Five of Wands. So to me, this means there's going to be some action taken that creates change. Five is change. But there could be a little bit of unrest with it, is probably the word I want to see. And for some people, that might not be what they wanted to believe. So whatever this energy is affecting, it could cause a little bit of disturbance. But then the chariots come up. So once things go back into balance, that's when movement forward happens. And that's why I said sometimes it can happen in a way that we don't expect or we don't see it as being a part of that. But it looks like it is going to cause some change, and it might take that little bit of change and disruption to start with to then turn it into something that's positive for us, what we perceive as positive. But so it's going to do something, Kathleen, and don't be surprised if there's a little bit of, change around it.
Yeah. So, okay, so Lori's saying it's an eclipse and a comet on the same day?
Wow, April 8th. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what's a comet? It's fascinating. I remember when Halley's Comet, I was only 18, I think, when Halley's Comet, and I remember I had to get up and go to the bathroom one night. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was staying at my friend's house, and I went to walk down the stairs, and they had this big vertical window, and I just happened to look out of it, and it was going right past the window at that time, and I just went, wow. And that's how I remember Halley's Comet from way back then.
Wow.
So like 80 or 81, something like that. 80,
yeah. Yeah, I would
So
think that the when I see the rockets going off here, that I feel like they look like what a comet would look like.
yeah. And with Halley's Comet, it had the long tail, and it was a clear night, and you could actually see.
Oh, wow.
So it's just fascinating, but who knows if it's just interesting. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, Angel Laurie. If that could be why there's this shift and change that's happening, is the energy of both of those together. So, and it's actually
Well,
interesting.
let's ask about comets. Are comets real, or are they just CGI on the screen on the
Well,
firmament?
they could be electromagnetic energy, right? That's doing it's passed through. Exactly. It could be exactly that as well.
Yeah. So let's ask if comets are real.
Yeah. So they tell us that they're a flying. What is it? Star? No, it's a. I can't remember how they describe a comet. Okay. Are they what they've told us through the NASA and everything? Is it what they've told us? We've got our Five of Pentacles, so no, we've been left out in the cold with this one. That to me, but there's.
What a surprise! Whoa, that's such a surprise.
There you go. Ten of Swords. No, that's something's finished.
Yeah. So comets aren't even real.
Well, they're not what they've told us they are. There's something else.
That's my point.
There's something else, and so I think it's
Is it just a movie being? Is it just something being just shown on the movie screen?
So Two of Pentacles. And it's the questions. Just got to keep asking these questions. So, but again, I think it'll all come out, and it just feels it's just interesting, isn't it, that they can predict when these things are going to happen, and I don't know.
Well, the cards just said they're not real, so.
But everyone, again, it's okay. You have to know what is right for you, and that's what matters. It's not what they've told us they are. Okay, so they might still have there might still be an energy or something that's going across, and it's all been preset or whatever. We don't know. So but just trust yourselves, and if you need to, that's fine. This is just, remember, this is for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, absolutely. And this doesn't have to be anybody's truth either, so.
No. And it's interesting, because I do believe that we are still starseeds, but with consciousness and coming through, there still are places that hold that you can go to or whatever, but just Earth is not what I feel we've been told it is. So this is, we still have these links, traveling, whatever it is we've done. It's just, I've always seen it as interdimensional and portals. That's how I've always seen it. Yeah. So it's not what they've told us, is what I'm trying to say.
Right. Well, what has been like they told us? I don't think there's anything that has been like they told us. Nothing is like they told us. Yeah. I mean, can you think of something?
Not really.
No. And Pablo has a great question. So who is in charge of running the movie, right? Who is the architect?
I always just say God is. That's me. I just go, it's God, basically, at the end of the day. And that can't really be defined. It's just, so there's
absolutely. So
let me just see. It's like, I think it just depends. Seven of Wands, this is about finding our own identity in all of this craziness, and taking the action that we need to take, so that we can have more control over running our own movie. And to me, that's connecting into that divine presence. That's connecting into something that is my creator, and just having that faith. But I believe with this movie, if you want to bring it back to the deep state, whatever, that could be beings from outside, the extraterrestrials from outside or whatever. We don't know fully where they originated from.
I personally believe that my higher self is running my movie, but that there is a bigger movie within my movie, right? So there's that collective consciousness movie. And that part I do believe is ran by God. So, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And one day we might know that answer as well, like fully. But
Yeah,
we
yeah,
all
absolutely.
we have such a different perspective on life. We are all so unique. Not one of us has had exactly the same experience in life. So therefore, our translation, our whole sensory intake of what it is,
Yeah.
we all have a slightly different idea, and that's perfectly fine. That's what is beautiful about us all. So
Yeah.
is that uniqueness, and yeah, and nothing to me is right or wrong. It's simply have the experience because that's what you're meant to be experiencing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's the beauty of it,
yeah.
right? That's
That's
the
the
beauty
beauty
of
of
it.
it. We'd be
Yeah.
bored stupid if we all had exactly the same thoughts, perspectives, experiences.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's
yeah.
just really beautiful. Um, okay, so I'm trying to look through. Um, so AM Kosha was asking then how did we get through the firmament? And so starseeds come through the portal that women are, right? So women are actually portals, and we bring through life into this Truman Show. So
Excellent.
that's how we
I like
that's
that.
how starseeds get through. The firmament is really just through the portals. And that's also how I think how starships get through the firmament is through portals. So
Yeah.
I think
No,
that's
I
how
would
everything
agree with
gets
that.
through.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel there's particular places within the Earth field that have portals, and they know where they are. We know where they are as an energy being, and that's what happens. That's yeah. So I agree. I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I hope that helps a little.
Mm.
Okay. Kathy had a question about are the presidents of so are these presidents good guys? The El Salvador president and the Argentina president. I thought God, I thought we looked at the guy from Argentina, but I think maybe all we asked was if he was Robin Williams, but
Yeah, we did. That's right.
I
But what?
don't
Oh,
I don't
who's the
remember
one?
if we asked if he was good or bad though.
I think with the Argentina one, the only thing I've seen is a picture where they're all there to support this El Salvador, or whatever his name is. Does anyone know his name? I think because they've tried that he's been tried to be kicked out or something like that. So, I mean, he's one I can ask on to see because I'm not sure about El Salvador.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at Argentina. Is he actually playing a role at the moment of a president?
Yeah.
Possible president. We've got a big fat yes. So that's the one that people are supporting and trying to get back into power and stuff. So that's a yes. So straight up. So that one's hot too. Let me just have a look at that one. But something's nearly finished. That Ten of Wands has come up. So this is obviously a game that's something that's been played out. So whatever it is, it's not quite finished yet, but it will be finished soon. So I feel there's going to be some resolution, whichever way it goes, whatever they need to have happen.
What do you mean with the one from Argentina?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I've got a celebration card. The Three of Cups has come up. So interestingly, maybe it's what the people will want to have happen will happen.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean,
What about the guy from El Salvador?
yeah, I have no idea who that is. So
The
let's have a look.
president from El Salvador. Like he pays these people with Bitcoin. He's like totally progressive, really young, and they're just really doing good things.
I'm not sure. Okay, I'm just going to ask the cards. Is he? What did you want to know? Is he a positive? Is he being used as a positive
Yeah,
president?
was he put there by the good guys?
Yeah, good question. You know, even the ones that are showing themselves as not for the people, they've probably been put there by the good guys too to like wake people
Yeah,
up. So
yeah.
yeah, well, busy there is a positive experience for people. That's the one I want. That was yeah, judgment. He's part of it. So that judgment card's come up. We also got this card come up, the Four of Swords. So there's a lot of secrets still going on in that sort of environment with
Uh-huh.
presidents and prime ministers and blah de blahs. Yeah, people that yeah, wow, Four of Pentacles. So I feel this has been a slow setup for this foundation, and I feel it's going to be, yeah, but there's a lot that we still don't know. The King of Cups, this is, to me, this is a master of emotional manipulation, if you want to look at it that way, but there's
Hmm.
something hidden still. So I feel there's still a lot of playing and games going on. So,
Same.
yeah, but I would say a lot of them now are under control of the white hats. And look at that, the sun card came up again, and that was really tingling as I was saying that. So I would say that a lot of them are under that control, and they've been told you have to play as if you were going to play something out, like something that wasn't good and was part of the the other reset or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. So, yeah, Kathleen, we can ask Jasper about the coming week if you can give us some
Okay.
info
Well,
there.
let's see. Energetically, what's going on for us, Jazzy? Can you just do a little show us what's happening in our world with our energy? I just got really hot and I felt like my heart opened, and it's like we're coming through into something. We're stepping through something, and it's light. So we are going through this like light thing, but it's gonna. Don't be surprised if you actually if you get any like heart pain, or any tenderness or some heart palpitations, because I really felt my heart open then with this frequency that we're coming up through into. So
Okay.
just yeah, just be that's what he was showing me. So again, we're going through this as well quite quickly, but still feels slow for us. But you may feel it all, on different levels.
Okay.
Mm.
All right.
Jesse.
Wonderful. Thank you, Desi. Thank you, Maree. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We love you so much. Stay high vibration. And again, stay on the dream of where we're going to be.
That's it. Yeah. All
All
right. See
right.
you, everyone. Bye.
Bye bye, everybody.